So, the next one that I've got going on here. The next one I've got going on here is the guitars. These are all of the guitars that I did for the track. Now I use some, instead of using a distorted guitar, which I normally do for my lead playing, I decided to do acoustic this time. But we'll get to that in a second. This is basically what you just heard. That's basically the track you just heard. And I exported that into one file so I could load it up into this one. So, what I've got going on here, first of all, I've got the clean guitars. Now, I've got two clean guitar tracks right here. And let's see, the first one is... That's just a small rhythm thing. You can hear it in the background of the song. This is really nice. You know, not getting in the way of everything. And then you've got this one, which is also in the background of the song. I don't like to put the clean guitars right up front, so I like to put them in the back of the mix. So that goes well together with that sound. So I'm both using the same preset for this one on Amplitude, which I was using actually on the last one, the e-piano sound. Using the same preset. I don't think I have the amp or anything turned on. Yeah, that's just direct. And I've got a compressor going here. Compressor pedal. And I've got the rack going here with the parametric EQ going on, the graphic EQ, the pitch shifter, the moneymaker, well, the tri-chorus, another compressor, and the delays and reverbs. And I've got a little bit less delay, as you can see, really, for this one. Let's see, let's solo this for a second. I don't have a lot of... You don't even hear the delay. I've got it set to 7%. And the reverb is at 7.5. Yeah, and I'm using a bit of EQ here. Again, doing the high pass thing here. Okay, and the next sound here, I'm using a bit more reverb. The same setup here. I've got one delay going here with a 9% going, and a 18% with the reverb, which is a 5. That's a long reverb. That's a 5-second reverb right there. But that's just to add the ambience to the track. And I'll do that in conjunction with the track. So that sounds pretty good. The next one up is the acoustics. Okay, so I did a bit of acoustics. I don't do a lot of acoustic guitar on my tracks normally. I did it a few times on my previous album, Floating Thoughts. But I don't use a lot of acoustics, although I do love it. So I decided to use acoustic for the main instrument here. This is just straight into my interface. I've got quite a few EQ going here. Again, boosting a lot here. Got a high pass, I'm boosting 296. getting rid of some 1600 hertz. And you see here the boost at 4000. That's quite a lot going on here for EQing. And then I've got on top of that, I'm getting rid of some high end, and I'm getting rid of some more low end, just to make sure I'm also doing the same thing here, but just to make sure I don't want any of the low end rumble going on here. I've got some limiter going on here. That's doing its work. Got that 4 dB. Right. I've got a compressor going on here. I'm using the standard Reaper compression here. I've got it set to the modern vocal. I like this preset. I normally set up myself, but I like this preset so much that and it's not even doing anything. And I got the chorus again. I got the multiply by Acon Digital. Again, adding that flavor. Right? Okay. Next one, again, I'm using the Emonizer. I really like this plugin. And turn it off for a second. I'll let you hear. That's just with the chorus. I'll turn on the Emonizer. So it widens up the sound a little bit with the stereo knob here if you turn it all the way up. It gives it a nice spread. And I'm putting it really low, actually. As you can see, I can't really see the value here, but yeah, I'm putting it pretty low here. And detuning quite a lot. I'm around 7 here. I got it set to 7. And I got the latency set to, low. So slow or whatever. Got the reverb going again, the Epic Verb here. Now, yeah, I'm pretty much doing the same stuff on here. I got a little bit more high end going through here, and a little bit more high pass actually on this one, because I don't want it to interfere with the rest of the instruments. And right here, I'm doing not a lot of wet signal, but it's just enough. I didn't want to drown it in reverb or anything. Now this next sound, I am drowning this in reverb. I'm doing a little bit of different EQing here, as you can see. Yeah. Doing the compressor again. I'm using the acoustic guitar preset this time. Decided to go a little bit different. That's doing... Yeah, that's doing some work right there. I've got the... just for effect, I put the chorus and Emonizer after one of the reverbs. So you get this like... Turn it up. Right? You get that chorused reverb sound. And then on top of that, I put the normal reverb on top of that, which is just drowning it in reverb. But it's just in the background. It's really low volume. As you can hear, that's set really low. The last two tracks that I'm using here, it's just a little bit of add-on to everything, just the effects, It's some more guitar, actually. So I'm at the bottom here, I'm using some, like a Leslie guitar. I think that's the Leslie preset from my Line 6 M5. and I'm just using a reverb. That's just in the background of the song, you don't hear it much. And you might hear a little bit of slide guitar, and that one is right here. Again, not using amplitude for this one. That's just straight into my interface, basically. Now, I'm not the best slide player in the world, but it adds a nice, you know, like wasteland kind of effect to it. I'm just drowning this preset in reverb and delay. I'm using the DVS ping pong here, which I really like. So that's just in the background here. Let's hear everything together. So that's basically all of the tracks together. Normally I do the mastering on a separate project. I just export this one, that's the final thing, and then I start mastering. But I do really basic mastering. I don't do like really, you know, intricate. I put so much time into the mixing of the song and making that sound really clean and good. And I really put everything on a low volume. The mix files are set to like minus 15 dB or something like that. So nothing is peaking, nothing is clipping. It's all really clean. That's the sound I like personally. And for the mastering, I'm just using. Let's just see here. I'll just drop this here for a second. For mastering, I'm using this maximizer here, which I can basically turn off for a second. This is how it sounds like without any of the mastering stuff. So that's how the mix sounds. Then I'll add the maximizer. And then I'll put a limiter on that. And then I've also got some slight EQing here. You can also see here that I'm boosting some of the dB here. And I'm just doing some slight, some slight low pass and high pass. I love to use this technique a lot. So I'm really removing it around 20k basically. We don't need any of the high stuff anyway. We got 43k, just the really low rumbling frequencies that I'm not using at all in the track. Just take those away. I'm boosting a little bit of the low end here at around 74, which is pretty low, but it's only like a 2 dB boost or something like that. It's not a lot. For this one here, I'm doing a minus 1.5 dB, and I'm removing about 1100, 1200 hertz right here, and I'm boosting some high end here around 8000, 8000 hertz. And that's just to add the nice high-endy, it makes it sound, it makes it sound really clean. I try my best to make everything sound as clean as possible. That's basically everything that I did for the track. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this really long video. I haven't made a video this long. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these videos. You can also suggest any songs you want to see. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.